Well, thank you all so much for being here. I'm Broward County Mayor Marty Kerr, and with me I have my friend and colleague Vice Mayor Barbara Sharif. I also have behind me Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel. I also have Broward Superintendent of Schools Bob Runcie, and we have the Broward Emergency Management Director Miguel Ascaruz. And I just want to thank you all for covering this, and I want to thank the folks for watching this very important conference. As you know, a lot has changed since our last press conference at noon this afternoon. We had a 5:15 conference call, and as you know, the National Hurricane Center has upgraded Broward County to a hurricane watch. We went from a tropical storm watch to a hurricane watch. And the reason that they did that is because the storm has shifted 30 miles closer, the track 30 miles closer to eastern coast of Florida. And so as it comes up, we have a greater chance of being hit by a hurricane here in Broward County. They've indicated that we have a 75% likelihood on Thursday of being hit by tropical storm force winds and a 15% likelihood of being hit by hurricane force winds. Right now, we're operating the Emergency Operations Center at a level 2, which means we're closely monitoring Hurricane Matthew. Tomorrow morning, we will know more certainly as to whether or not we're going to upgrade it to a level 1, which means we'll be in full operation. We are going to open up shelters here in Broward County, and tomorrow we will let you know exactly what shelters those will be. But to give you an idea, they're going to be for 4 different populations here in Broward County. The shelters will be open for pediatric special needs, the general population. There'll be a pet-friendly shelter and a special needs shelter, which are very important for our population. Tonight, we also found out that the State Emergency Operations Center, if we are upgraded to a hurricane warning, it'll be sometime tonight, maybe 11, 12, 1 o'clock. And every single Florida resident or every single Broward County resident who has a cell phone that's near a tower is going to get an alert that will let them know that we've been upgraded to a hurricane warning. But I want to stress that we are preparing for that. We're also preparing Broward County and preparing Broward County government, and for what we're going to provide to our residents, we're preparing the best that we possibly can. And what I need to ask our Broward County residents, which I think is incredibly important, is I know that we have not been hit by a storm in 11 years. And it can be easy to become complacent, to think that these things may miss us. But this is very serious. And you need to prepare and protect you and your families. So if you have hurricane shutters, please put them up. You need to go to Publix and Walmart. You have to go and get water. You have to get food. You have to get medication for an extended period of time. Because even if we're not directly hit, there's a possibility there could be a power outage for a long period of time. There could be hazardous conditions in the roads that may not allow you to be able to leave your residences. So you have to prepare. And I'm going to bring up, of course, in a moment, the Sheriff of Broward County, Scott Israel, and also the Superintendent of Schools. And it makes all of our jobs easier to protect our residents when our residents are adequately prepared for any type of storm. So with that said, I also want to mention that 311 is an informational hotline for our residents. It'll open again tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. And if we do go to a level 1 here at the EOC, it will be open for 24 hours as an emergency hotline. With that said, I'm going to bring up first the Superintendent of Schools, Robert Runcie, and then after him, Sheriff Scott Israel.
Thank you, Mayor, and good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I want to certainly provide everyone with a status of where we are with Broward County Public Schools and monitoring of Hurricane Matthew. We continue to monitor this hurricane, and we're working very closely with our partners here at the county. And we've made some key decisions for our schools. First, all Broward County Public Schools and district offices will be open tomorrow with a regular school day schedule, and that's Wednesday, October 5th. So again, all schools will be open tomorrow on a regular schedule. However, tomorrow evening, all evening classes, after-school activities, clubs, and events are canceled. Again, evening classes, after-school activities, sports, and events tomorrow are canceled. However, the school day will be open on a normal schedule. On Thursday and Friday, we are closing schools in Broward County for Thursday and Friday. So again, just to make it clear to everyone, all district schools and offices will be open tomorrow evening. Classes, activities, athletic events, they will be canceled tomorrow, and then the school district will be closed this Thursday and Friday. We encourage our community to stay informed on school schedule changes and developments by visiting the district's website. We have a mobile app. We will also be providing robocalls to our families. We again have our website. We have our Beacon Television. We provide a lot of different media opportunities to engage our community, and we will continue to keep everyone updated. That's our development and announcement for the school system.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. I'd now like to bring up the Sheriff of Broward County, Scott Israel.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start out by thanking Mayor Kerr and incoming Mayor Barbara Sharif and School Board Superintendent Ron Runcie for the seamless way that we're able to work together, which makes us a safer county. So thank you all. The Broward Sheriff's Office, we're fully prepared and ready for any challenges this storm presents. We pray and hope for the best, but we're prepared for the worst. And that's why we do that training each and every year. We train for all kinds of disaster preparedness, and we do these scenarios. So we are very, very ready. And I ask the community for you to be ready. Have a plan tonight. Plan on making sure you have supplies, making sure you know what shelter you're going to go to. As the mayor said, know where pets are going to be welcome. Because if you go to a shelter and pets aren't welcome, the pets are not getting in. So make sure you have medicines. Make sure you have all the things you need. Gas up tonight. Make sure your tanks are full. Have an evacuation plan. Go over it with your family. This is a time where we have to make sure that it takes a village. Be concerned about your neighbors, and they need to be concerned about you. Help people with ingress and egress into places that they need to be. Again, our firefighters, our detention deputies, and our sworn law enforcement personnel have been working tirelessly around the clock for the last several days, preparing for Hurricane Matthew or the remnants thereof. So we are ready. Wish everybody Godspeed through this storm, and thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. And before we take questions, I just want to add one more thing. If the state Emergency Operations Center sends a text message to every Broward County resident tonight, updating us to a hurricane warning, I just want to let you know we are very prepared for that. Our plan stays the same. We are working to do everything we can do to ensure that our residents are protected and they and their families are safe. So with that said, does anybody have any questions for anybody up here?
For Mr. Runcie?
Of course.
If it's made a hurricane warning tonight, will that affect schools tomorrow at all, or the plan is no matter what happens to be open tomorrow?
The plan is for us to continue to be open tomorrow. Given the information we've received from National Weather Service, the state collaborating with the county, tomorrow I think is a safe time for us to go to school. We don't want to extend that, so that again that's why we are canceling all evening activities, and schools will be closed on Thursday and Friday. But given the information that we have currently, we should open schools tomorrow and continue to provide our kids with a quality education.
Superintendent, can you talk about the decision to close on Thursday and Friday? What goes into that decision, when you arrived at that decision, et cetera?
The decision is based on data. It's based on the information that we continue to receive on the path of the storm, the time of arrival. It's certainly expected that tomorrow evening into the night is when we will begin to see some of the impact from the storm, and that will continue into Thursday. Of course, we are preparing our schools and are ready for this. And I think Friday, we don't know what may continue on through Friday, but there's going to be potential cleanup and other type of recovery activities that need to take place. So I think the best thing for our district to do in preparing our families in the school system and our community is to have schools closed on Thursday and Friday. Good news is it goes into a weekend, so it gives us a lot more time for us to be prepared to reset the district so we can open schools the following week.
And I just wanted to add before I bring the Director of Emergency Management up as well. This is going to be, if it does hit us, it's going to be more of a wind and a rain event. From the National Hurricane Center has indicated to us that things could change, but there is not a strong likelihood of storm surge. And if you're going to have high storm surge or hefty storm surge, you have to act much, much quicker. So we have a little bit of time here to be able to adequately protect our residents. And so with that said, I'd like to also bring up our Director of Emergency Management, which is Miguel Ascaruns. Miguel.
Thank you, Mayor. And as our county leadership just said, the message to the public and our residents is to stay prepared for the possibility of hurricane-force winds beginning Thursday morning. We are coordinating with all of our partners from here in the Broward Emergency Operations Center. That includes over 280 both county agencies and external agencies such as Department of Health, American Red Cross, Florida Power and Light. So we're ensuring that our response is a coordinated effort, as well with our municipalities, our 31 municipalities and Seminole Tribe of Florida. We want to make sure the information flow is consistent and getting out both to our stakeholders and to our residents. So continue your preparations, and we'll get through this. Hopefully by Saturday we'll see some clearer skies in South Florida and Broward County. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. Before the Director speaks Spanish, does anybody else have any other questions?
Miguel or Mr. Mayor, you can address this.
Sure.
You talked about, our demographics have changed significantly over the last 11 years. So many people who are living here now who've never experienced this. Can you talk about the importance of them taking this seriously?
Sure.
Sightseeing. Miguel was talking about even afterwards, we see a significant number of people after the storm,
yes,
hurt, injured in our emergency rooms. Just address those kinds of things, please.
Well, I think a good example to tell those folks is what happened with Hurricane Andrew. When Hurricane Andrew hit back in the 90s, it was supposed to be a direct hit to Broward County, and everybody in Broward County was very, very prepared. However, people in Miami-Dade and Homestead weren't as prepared as they should have been because they did not think the storm was going to hit them. And then at the end of the day, it took a little turn and it went down to Miami-Dade, and it devastated portions of Miami-Dade County. Well, here in Broward County, these are very, very serious. And the one thing that we're lucky about when it comes to hurricanes is that we have a lot of notice and a lot of warning. And so if you've never been through a hurricane before, it's very, very, very important that you protect yourselves and your families. Not only do you have hurricane force winds, but you have tornadoes, you have hazardous conditions, you have downed power lines. There are many different dangers that can occur with regard to a wind and rain event. And that's why our biggest message to the public is that you have to take this very, very seriously. Don't be complacent. Get out there, put up your shutters, board up your homes. Go to the supermarket, get food and medicine to last you for a significant period of time, and protect yourselves and your family. And I also want to mention that if we do get hit by a storm and folks are out there and they're not taking this seriously, not only does it endanger them, but endangers our first responders that the sheriff and others employ to try to get them and to protect them. So this is very serious, and our residents need to take this seriously as well, because it also helps us do our job in protecting our residents.
Mayor, we are live. We would like to get
Yes.
some in Spanish.
Of course, absolutely.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. ¿Qué es lo que está ocurriendo en este momento en el condado de Broward y qué pueden esperar los residentes?
Aquí estamos en el centro de emergencia de Broward County con el alcalde Marty Kerr, la vice mayor Barbara Sharif, el sheriff Israel, and superintendent de las escuelas de Broward County, Mr. Runcie. Y el mensaje que acabamos de dar al público es que estamos a un nivel elevado. Hace 4 horas estábamos en un tropical watch. Ahora estamos en un hurricane warning. Y hemos hablado con el National Weather Service, el centro de Hurricane Center también, y ellos nos han dado ese nivel más elevado. Entonces el mensaje hoy para el público es estar preparados para vientos muy fuertes, empezando el jueves en la mañana. Entonces todos tenemos que asegurarnos que nuestras familias están preparados para un huracán con muchos vientos.
Con respecto a las escuelas, te decía el superintendente, las escuelas estarán abiertas, cerradas, ¿cuándo?
Sí, el superintendente Runcie acaba de anunciar que las escuelas van a estar abiertas mañana, pero todas las actividades por la noche en las escuelas están canceladas para mañana. Y para el jueves y viernes, las escuelas de Broward County van a estar cerrados por más vientos duros expectado el jueves y viernes. Entonces, otra vez, las escuelas abiertas mañana hasta las 5, todas las actividades en la noche canceladas, y el jueves y viernes las escuelas de Broward County van a estar cerrados.
Does anybody have any other questions? Well, thank you very much, and I just want to let you know, tomorrow we're going to, of course, have another press conference and during sometime tomorrow we'll let our residents know what shelters will be open, and we'll provide more information to you as that comes available to us. Thank you all very much for coming, and thank you to our residents for watching.
Teenager, but got an undercover officer instead. New information is next.